Hello. So in this short video, what I am going to try to do is to answer this question: how does a machine learn, or how do we know a machine has learned? Maybe in between time you've been hearing a lot about machine learning, and you are as confused as many of us who from the beginning have been asking, how does a machine learn? Because we will all know that a machine is an artificial subject or object which has no brain. So how can we ascribe learning, which is a human process, to a machine which has no brain in and out of itself? Here in this scenario, a machine learns by trying to find patterns within a data in order to come up with a prediction. So if that machine successfully predicts the outcome of an unseen data, then we can convince ourselves that that particular machine has learned. So a little bit of digression here would be to compare this to the real life scenario in a class, thereby trying to answer how does a teacher knows that a particular class that he's teaching have understood a concept that he's teaching. The teacher can only convince or satisfy himself by trying to set a final set exams for his students, and any student that passes the pass mark for that exams, the teacher can then convince himself that this group of students have really learned or understood the concept that I have taught in this class. So taking that concept into the world of computers, into the world of machine learning, as we said earlier on, machine learn by trying to find pattern within data. So this same data in machine learning, we divide the data set into three sets. That is, we have the train set, we have the validation set, and we have the test set. So the way we teach an algorithm or a machine how to learn is by training that particular algorithm with the train set. So normally the train set is averagely in the region of 80 to 70%, and the validation set can be 10%, and the other test set will be 20%. So what we do in this case is to use the train set to train the algorithm to find patterns within the data in order to come up with that prediction. So now that patterns is going to be corrected along the way using the algorithm during the training process will be coming up with certain prediction, and that prediction along the way needs to be corrected. How do we correct it? By using the validation set. But bear in mind that our test set is always set aside. We don't train our model with the test set. No, the test set is always set aside. So here, coming back to the class analogy, the validation set is what a typical machine training expert would use in trying to tweak his model, so that along the way, if there is any mishap, we call it hyperparameter tuning. The validation set helps him to find the right hyperparameters in order to train his model. So at the end of the training, when he comes up with the model, how does he satisfy himself that indeed the algorithm has learned that pattern and it has not done a route memorization process? This is to say that he uses the test set as a way of setting a benchmark. So if he uses the test data as now a holding data to now test his prediction on the model, if the model successfully predicts more than 80 to 90%, or gets the prediction right between 80 to 90%, or even averagely on a 70% increment, then we can say that the machine or the model has really learned a pattern, or has really learned, in short. So this is machine learning in just a brief summary. Thank you for listening, and hopefully we demystify some of the concepts within this area.